Hi everyone! In today's video, we are in Icarus. This is my solo world, or my open world, in the Olympus area of Icarus. And you've seen this part of my base before in a previous little video I did about hunting wolves, but I wanted to show this base in a little bit more detail and the transformation that it takes. Now, this island that my base is on used to have all trees and a lot of vegetation and brush and stuff, and as you can see, it has a few more trees left on it. I haven't mined the rocks yet, but this is my base, and this right there to the left, there's this giant rock that you see from the outside. I basically built this base. See, there's some of the rock right there. I've built this base around that giant rock. And this rock has been like my friend since spawning into this world and starting everything from scratch. I went into Thunderbud's open world, and he had a base, a really dope base. You should check out his video on it. And his base is in the same location as this, but not on the island, but across from the island. And when I was visiting his base, I was like, oh, I like that island. That would be a really cool place for a base to be. And so then I went and took my character and did an open world and did just that. So initially I just had 4 walls. I created 4 walls for a shelter, and I dug into the rock as much as I could, and I just grown out, built out from there. As you can see, it's now huge. That is my campfire stove that you can cook meats and stuff on it. On it is a mortar and pestle, and then right next to it to the left is the skinning bench. You get more materials from skinning animals on a skinning bench than you do out in if you just skin an animal with your knife. So the skinning bench is really nice. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have content, but this is more filled out now. This is as it is now. You don't see, I have an herbalism bench and a salting bench, but maybe down the road you will see that. But right now, this is my kitchen area, and I have like on the outside, look for the steps, like a little covered patio, and that's where I have like an excess of my stone piles and my wood piles. But anyhow, so I just want to kind of talk to you about this, the metamorphosis of my base, and why I did some of the things that I do, and then you'll see more transformation of what I've done, and just what I've been up to in Icarus. So anyhow, when I came across the island to the base, I had that walkway, and I had 2 walkways, and people are like, why don't you just swim across it? Well, in some rivers and lakes in Icarus, there are piranha, and in others they're not. The piranha are the bluefish, and they'll bite you, and they'll, then you have to take medicines for it and stuff. And so just to avoid that, I just made bridges across. This is my textile bench, and I'm farting around in here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, making things, organizing things. One of the things that you can tell that I learned about myself playing these types of games, and you can see here, let's just say that I'm very anal retentive. I like my chests and my benches and whatever I have in game to be really organized. You see me methodically like putting the fiber and the leather and whatnot. I'm just really meticulous, and if things are put, like if people put stone in here and there's no reason to put stone in here, that kind of aggravates me. And I'm like that in most of the games I play. And it's really weird that I'm learning that about myself. Where in And I guess I have that in real life too, but like playing games, I'm like, this doesn't go here, you know? It's just like, and so consequently, I tend to be like, let me take over the kitchen, let me take over this, and I keep everything organized, and that's just a quirk about me. Um, so, but I don't mind it. I like cooking things and prepping things for everybody. Um, and I don't know, it just honestly it's kind of soothing in a way to like put everything, sort everything into their perspective, correct boxes or chests and stuff. But that's my upstairs area. I have a spawning bed, like a sleeping bag for my character Smiling, who's a lower level, and I bring her in sometimes. And then I have a sleeping bag for the main character I play that I'm playing right now, Charo. Um, and then up here is my roof, and I have a rain collecting thingamajigger, and this is really nice and handy. So it storms every few days, so it's really nice to collect the rainwater. And then you have my composting there. And as you can see, like, yeah, I have some foods that I want to grow plants in. But right now, it's just like I don't have the time to really focus on my plants, so I'm not growing anything. But I'm collecting a lot of manure so that when the time comes, I have a crap ton of, no pun intended, crap ton of manure or composting so I can use it for my veggie garden. And I plan on adding another rainwater system and flip uh more gardening plots. Oh my gosh, brain farkle. And having a big garden up there. And if I shut my pie hole, you can hear the really pretty background music of this game. And this is one of the things I really do love about Icarus, is that it just is very zen. Not zen, not so much for the animals, but it's just kind of zen. You can start mining and chopping down wood and collecting things with this background music, and in a way, it's just really nice. And the graphics, this is so beautiful. I wanted you guys to see this shot because what I do in the future is not going to look like this. So I wanted you to see that. And so now I'm going to the far side of the island to chop down those remaining trees on my island. And you'll see as we get closer that there's a longer bridge connecting the island to the mainland. And here we are inside my new base. I'm really proud of it. I didn't use any kind of inspiration of any kind. I just did it out of my head, which is really rare for me. But I have a cool fireplace in here, and that was fun figuring out how to make. And it's a two-story house, but there's an upstairs, like a half upstairs, for all the players that play in here. They each have a sleeping bag and kind of like a living quarters. And we're in a storm, and right now you see me, of course, putting things, I'm transferring over materials that I have on my person, my backpack, into the chests. So I'm in the process. I've not fully moved over from the old base to the new base. And so during the storm, I'm making hay while not making hay while the sun shines, but I'm using that time to switch over everything, since I can't go outside and chop down trees or build and get supplies. The other thing I tend to do during storms, because you'll take damage in the storms, especially when it's really, really bad, is I get out the repair hammer, and you see me going over all the wall pieces and building pieces, and most of them are 1,000 out of 1,000, but if it's less than 1,000, I'll start hammering it and repair it. And I do that. It's a great way to kill time waiting out a storm, making sure, because the storm will not only give you damage, your character damage, but it'll damage your structures. Even inside, just using your workbenches and stuff. So I'll go through and I'll repair things that need to be repaired. And then animals, of course, if they try and get into your place or try to get you or whatever, they'll cause damage to your place. And so during storms is an excellent way of repairing that stuff. And if you look out the windows, this is my front of my new base. There are out the windows you can see the long bridge. From the third bridge you saw previously, I added on to that for a fourth longer bridge connecting this to a smaller island. The smaller island is just large enough to put a couple of rain collectors on there and just some small things. It's not really huge. My new base is over water. So now you see my old base and how I hardly have anything in there. And from the roof, there is this covered bridge on the island that the old base is on, and it's going out towards that water that I showed you earlier. And there's like a offshoot of the bridge going back where the other smaller bridge was, but now we're going to the back of the base, and this is all on top of water. So you have a nice covered way to get to the base. You still take damage in storms like this, but it's better than being out in the open storm. And of course I'm transferring over things, getting things organized, taking advantage of the storm outside. Some other things I tend to do if I'm not moving things over, and I have all of my supplies on hand, and I try and keep well stock of things, is make arrows. You can pick up and retrieve arrows and stuff, but I'll make arrows, I'll make healing potions and pastes and sutures, in addition to repairing the walls. So those are some of the things that I try and do to wait out the storm. So now you see I'm trying to place chests and benches. I've moved everything from the old base on over here, and I'm being a little bit more methodical. Instead of just randomly putting things here and there as I get them, I wanted this to make more sense. And so I had built this with the upstairs being strictly where we have our sleeping bags and personal chests and place to hang out with no workbenches upstairs. There's a sofa and a pool table. You can't sit on the sofa. I'm really salty about that. But those chairs, I was really excited you could sit in. So that makes me happy. You need a campfire or some kind of fire source lit during the night for you to sleep through the night. If you don't have one, you can't sleep. And everybody has to, all the players have to sleep, or you can't sleep. But you get a nice buff. Anyhow, so down here in the downstairs, the main area up front, I want this to be all the kitchen area. And then back here where you have my workbench, I want this to be all the workbenches and stuff, the non-kitchen-y kind of stuff, supplies and all that kind of jazz. So I am unlocking things as I go up in levels. There's like a talent tree or a skill tree, and I've been taking slots on them. But my biggest obstacle is that I have to go get ore, and I have to go into the caves to mine the ore, the iron and the copper and things I need to make nails and other fun stuff. And as the solo player in this world, I'm chicken shit to go face the worm-like tremor monsters. They're scary. And I need at least another person to go in with me. But I've made a deal with my husband Fasha to go help him finish a quest he needs to do in Icarus. They have different missions and stuff you can, if you fulfill them, you get rewards with things that you can take into different worlds with you, like a really dope canteen and suits and other fun things. And so yeah, we made a deal that if I go in and help him finish a quest or a mission, then he'll come into this world and help me mine and get ore and get things I need. I really would like, the main thing that I have on my wish list is to get a refrigerator. And with the refrigerator, then I have to go to the snow, and then I'll be able to like keep things preserved. All right, I'm gonna end the video here. I really appreciate you guys watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the content of it, and if you did, know that there will be more upcoming videos of Icarus, so stay tuned for those. Please feel free to leave any comments, feedback, or just questions you may have that maybe I didn't cover. Leave all of those in the comments below. And until next time, peace, love, and blessed be, y'all. Have a good day.